Video start! I decided to stream on a Monday night, and I'm tired now. Ordinarily, I don't do this because I have to bring my daughter up. No, I don't bring her up. She gets me up at an early hour on the next day. Chose not to do this because my wife is sick right now. So, I thought, hey, why not? Bad idea. It's almost 1 in the morning, and I still have to get up early with her. Let's not waste any time. It's Twitch Tuesday, everybody. I don't know why I even went on that tangent. Who cares? I care. Maybe you care. I'm just talking. I got a new dice bag for my Dungeons & Dragons dice. Wait, I got a new bag for my Dungeons & Dragons dice. That's whatever. You know what I mean. It's great. I love it. There I am talking about stuff that doesn't really relate to this video much anymore. At all. In the first place. Huh. I still have to do the dishes. I can turn that on later. Are there any other ways I can distract myself? If I'm actually, continuing with the video? Man, I probably shouldn't. Alright, so let's move on. We are going to be playing more Dark Souls this week. More Kaizo Mario 64, and more of the OOT, that's Ocarina of Time for those of you on the street. Randomizer, chest randomizer. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it was last week. That's how it's gonna be this week. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, and D&D is this Saturday. There's more D&D. Episode 7 of Mystery of Mazastra. I actually should upload that before I go to bed tonight. Thank you for remembering me. I need to do that right now. So while I'm getting YouTube up and ready and set up to upload that, what else can I say except I love you. You especially in particular. I love you. Not so much the person that was watching this before. You know who you are. You probably came back to watch it again. But I do love you, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That's the truth. All right, it's uploading. Let's do the honor student stories. As if you missed the last one, if you missed the last Twitch Tuesday, I'm doing individual honor student stories because I got a fuck ton of honor students right now. So here we go. Honor students are subscribers. Here we go. First story. Super Donut 211 was jumping up and down, and then his knees gave out. The doctor said, "You know what? We can just give you bionic knees from the future." And then Super Donut replied, "Well, won't we have to be in the future to get them?" The doctor was like, "Yes, but you'll get them still. We'll make sure you get them." That's how Super Donut got himself bionic knees, but the day before he died. Meme Fart Queen was farting so loud that she woke up the neighbors across the street, which happened to be 7 miles long. They walked over to her house, which took them about 7 miles long. That's gonna be like hour and a half walk. To tell her, hey, we can hear your farts from all the way across the street, which is 7 miles long. To which Meme Fart Queen replied, well, hey, that's a problem for you, not me. Good night. And then that's how Meme Fart Queen was known as a really bad neighbor. Silo Cat was eating a burger with cheese and mayonnaise, just coated in nothing but mayonnaise. All over the place. You grab that burger, it just looks like a straight up pile of mayonnaise. But then you discover that there's a bun and a burger inside. People often thought that this was really bad for you, but Silo Cat said, "No, this is how I've always eaten my burgers. Nothing but mayonnaise all over the place." And that's how Silo Cat lived to be 4,392 years old. Mayonnaise is the secret to deliciousness and long extending lives. He's very lonely. Mockingjay was riding a jet all the way to the Pacific Ocean, and that's when she heard someone next to her say, "Oh, great, we're at the Pacific Ocean." To which Mockingjay looked at him like he was the most stupid person on the planet. This is the Pacific Ocean. I know this because of reasons. And to which the guy was like, "No, this is specifically the ocean." Sound effects. I don't know if I added them or not. I might be too lazy to add them. Mockingjay was owned by that guy. She then went to the bathroom. She didn't come out for years. Jimin's TV was on a walk to the local Domino's pizza joint, where he ordered a jalapeno pizza. The pizza was literally nothing but jalapenos. No, it was just that the bread, some sauce, And then jalapenos. There wasn't even any cheese. It was more like jalapeno sauce bread, which was his favorite kind in the world. He brought this home and he ate it on stream, and was like, "Yo, this is for Warlock Kadash. This jalapeno bread pizza sauce thing that I'm eating from Domino's." And that's how Kadash was super happy to be recognized by one of his famous heroes in the world. So Tyler was streaming Netflix illegally. He was stealing it from his friends. He was also using it on a stolen TV, with stolen internet. He was just not a good person that kept on stealing things over and over and over again. Every show he stole, however, was being recorded by somebody, who turned out to be a detective. 10 years later, he was caught stealing 4 million shows, to which he had to pay $8 trillion to pay off. He couldn't afford this, so he was forced to prison for 9,000 jail sentences. He didn't make it though. He died after the 8,999, which was just terrible. Pyro Wolverine sounds a lot like a hot fiery Wolverine. He gained this ability by being part of Professor X's X-Men. I think that's his name. He was a Wolverine that is obviously on fire. He can shoot lightning out of his fingertips, and at the same time he emits noxious gas from his nipples. He's a real triple whammy. He's a hard fight in Tekken, which was where he was discovered. He was discovered in the game Tekken, and that's how he got a contract playing basketball for the Harlem Globetrotters. Coffee Cat was in a bus on her way to one of my favorite places, the Wisconsin Dells, and she was like, "Yo, Kadash, why don't you come meet me up at Mount Olympus Water Park?" And I was like, "Yo, girl, Coffee Cat, my friend, I will meet you there. I will see you at the wave pool." It turns out that the wave pool was not actually where you sit in a pool of waves. It's just where you get in a pool and wave at people. It wasn't nearly as fun. Coffee Cat was bored with Wisconsin and then left. I was left dumbfounded and alone and sad. Eccentric Stones was casting a ritual to summon the world's most giant piece of bread. It was multi-grain bread made on 6,000 different grains in existence. It was the most legendary bread of all. Eccentric Stones was looking forward to making the ultimate sandwich out of it, which is a shit ton of chicken on a dickload of ham with an explosion of yams, and then you top that fucker with clams, and then you add panther, bear meat, and duck, and then that's a Ninja Sex Party song. Kenneth, how the hell do you say that name? I'm just gonna call it Kenneth. Was turning on a light in his office when he saw that his computer was left on, which he would have seen better in the dark, but his eyes work a little weird. He went to go check out his computer and saw that there was just endless tabs open. Each of them had a different word on it, and it turns out somebody was using his computer to learn new words from the dictionary or the web thesaurus. He had to password lock his computer with the one word that this person did not learn, which was the thesaurus, and there isn't another word for it apparently. P-stabs. No P-stabs. I'm not telling a story about you. I'm going to tell you to go play When the Darkness Comes. Go play it right now. It will fuck with your mind. It'll be a good time. I will do whatever it takes to have you play this game, and I want to watch you play it. That's it. That's your story. You're going to play When the Darkness Comes. Amaron was racing his car in the Indy 500 when he realized that he forgot to buckle his safety belt. He buckled it in the middle of driving, which might not have been the best idea, but he managed to succeed in this easy, hard task, whichever it might be, somewhere in the middle. He then was on his way to pick up a gun from the local gun dealership. He said, "Hey, how much you gonna pay for this gun?" And Ron said, "I only got $10 to my name." "Okay, here's a gun. It's a squirt gun. It can squirt water." Amaron then said, "Oh yeah, this is more fun. I thank you, local gunsmith keeper person." Saint Kate. We talked about how she wasn't actually much of a saint. In this one, we will talk about how much she is actually a saint. She helps old people cross the street of hell when cars are racing at 5,000 miles an hour. She makes sure that they get there safely. She's a real risk taker. She donates food to the local soup kitchen. And it's not actually soup. It is actually toenail clippings, which are very high in protein to the homeless who need the soup kitchen. She then went to make figurines for Star Wars fans. She was very very highly requested to make figurines of Jabba the Hutt because she was just so good at it. No one could measure her talent in figurines for Jabba the Hutt. And then she went to go read to the blind, homeless, deaf people. Uh, that's how much of a Saint Kate is. Elephants, they are in Africa. They have big feet to stomp with. They have large trunks with which to drink up in water, which they then turn themselves into fountains for. And at our entertainment, they are street performers. Elephants are entertainers. That's what they always dreamed of becoming, and they're okay with it. Apparently, they're okay with the money that they throw at us, that we throw at them, because that's what they live to do. And that's how elephants became the best entertainers in the world. Regretful replays. Innes and Fraser were off to the grocery store to pick up a container of hummus where they were going to dip their chips in. Innes then looked to Fraser and said, "Hey, Innes, I like this hummus. It has garlic flavor in it." And Fraser, and then Innes replied to Fraser, I hear you, man. This stuff is good. I ought to get me some pretzels. This is tasty stuff. So then they went back to the store and they got pretzels. When they came back though, the hummus was already gone, so they just ate the pretzels. To which Fraser said, Innes, these pretzels are very good and salty. I know that Warlock Kadash is addicted to salt, apparently. And Innes was like, "Oh yeah, I did not know that. Apparently salt is bad for you." To which Fraser replied, "No, apparently that's a myth. Salt is actually not that bad for you. It's a major component that keeps you alive. Why am I sounding kind of Irish? I am an Englishman. But Innes replied, Kadash, he can't really do a very good English accent. He's got to work on that stuff, and he likes to be a voice actor. What a punk, huh? He thinks he's so smart and funny and clever. We should totally say that he's not." And then Warlock Kadash cried himself to sleep that night. Good night, everybody.